Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It really is greatly appreciated. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the DIT for presenting us to be able to given this opportunity of speaking to you all today, and also to make a thank you to Essential, who have given us some absolutely fantastic support over the course of this wonderful spring fair. So thank you to everybody, and hopefully you're going to enjoy the presentation that you've got coming up. So, quick introduction, my name's Phil Booker. I'm the Head of Partnerships for Frugo.com, and this is Ted Hettich, who is the Chief Sales Officer. So we are Phil and Ted, not to be confused with Bill and Ted and their excellent adventure from the 90s. That was my attempt at a joke just to warm the group up and Little Chortle. I'm relieved to say that my very learned colleague here will be doing the majority of the presentation today. But prior to doing that, I'd like to run a little quick survey. So I was wondering if everybody could reach for their mobile phones, if you could get your mobile phones out, if you have them on you. Excuse me. And there's a URL there, which we're going to do. I call this, selling sandals to Saudi Arabia, or if you needed to know how to do that. So if you could put into your preferred mobile browsers the following URL, which is http:// which is QWAK.IT, and then /Frugo. So that's http:// quack.it/Frugo, and I'm hoping that on your mobile phones you've been redirected to a survey. So before we start, can I just ask quickly, want a little sort of hands up, how many people here are already retailing in multiple global territories, or any other territories other than the UK? Is there anybody here that's already selling overseas? There we are. We have a hand up there. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, sir. And any of those that are looking to start selling in? Brilliant. Well, one you're probably all aware of is that it's not straightforward. And selling internationally as an independent retailer can be, there's a lot of stuff that you need to know. So let's see what people may know. So question one, how many different official languages are spoken by European Union member states? Is that 14, 17, or 24? And if you can just pop that answer into your mobile survey. Question two, what is the annual EU distance selling VAT threshold for Germany? So in a nutshell, what value of goods could you sell into Germany before you need to be speaking to the German revenue about the value of goods that you're selling into Germany? Is that either 35,000 euros, 100,000 euros, or 250,000 euros? Which US state has the highest e-commerce conversion rate for mobile traffic? Is that A, California, B, Florida, or C, Alaska? Question number four, the penultimate answer on this one. Question is, what is the sweet spot for shipping as a percentage of goods value above which there's a rapid drop-off in sales? So again, in a nutshell, where do you need to set your shipping before that becomes an actual deterrent on your sales? Is that either 8%, 12%, or 20%? And the final question, the countries below have 5 different VAT thresholds, except which one? Is that France, Ireland, or Spain? Now, if you could just hit the little submit button on your mobiles on that survey, I'll be collecting the answers whilst Ted continues with the main bulk and the more educational aspect of this presentation. So on that note, I will hand over to Ted for his presentation on selling on Frugo. Thank you very much, Ted.
I believe that the future is global, and so does everyone else at Frugo. Frugo is a global company with a global website. We have a responsive site and 2 apps on Google Play and the App Store that load in our responsive website. But today I want to tell you a story on growth. Frugo has been growing at a tremendous rate, nearly 141% year on year. And the real story is how we were able to do that for the last 5 years in a row now, consecutively. So like I said, I'd like to tell you a story, actually 3 stories. First, a bit on Frugo, who we are as a marketplace, who we strive to be, some of the pitfalls that we experienced in working cross-border along the way. Second, a bit on our partners, some of our executives, shareholders behind Frugo. And then lastly, how you as retailers can potentially benefit from selling cross-border on our platform. So first, What is Frugo? Frugo is a global marketplace currently live in over 32 different countries. And what we do is we take one simple data feed and one integration, and we can put you live in 32 different countries using your native language, native currency, and basically your native feed. We're currently working with around 600 retailers at the moment, and it equates to around 15 million SKUs. And basically, we do everything on a no sale, no fee basis, meaning that there's very little risk for you to start trading cross-border. Essentially, no Forex risk costs, no translation costs, and no separate bank account setup, international company setup, or no paying out to third parties to get paid in these foreign currencies as well. We do all of that for you. So, hypothetically, let's say you are a British retailer, and you're looking to go live into 32 countries. Simply supply us one feed in your native language, and we will translate it and put you live in those 32 countries. You can give that to us in your native language or a different language as well, and then we will do the translations free of charge, and we'll also translate the customer service tickets that come in as well, so that you can answer your customers in a real-time interface via our portal. So let's say you have a French shopper. He'll write to you in French. We'll translate it, you'll answer in English, we'll translate it, and then there'll be a smooth customer service flow. The same goes with currencies as well. Provide us with your base price in GBP, and we will do all of the Forex currency conversion for you, so that a shopper in Germany can check out in euros, someone in Australia can check out in Australian dollar. The main thing here, and the key takeaway and USP of Frugo, is that we will actually pay you out in your home currency, so that you don't have to set up that separate bank account or foreign registration. However, important, localization is more than just translation. And I want to go into the history of Frugo and how we learned that a bit of the hard way. So when Frugo was looking to create this global marketplace platform, we said to ourselves, okay, what do we think that shoppers want from a global marketplace? And we thought that shoppers wanted social commerce, world-class real-time logistics, a fully curated site with unique editorial. It's basically like a giant shopping list, essentially. Product comparison with the best prices, product recommendations, shopper reviews, social pulse of what shoppers bought and where, product videos, and all the payment methods that you could possibly think of. And that's what we thought that shoppers wanted. So you may have seen this before. This is your traditional shopping funnel, basically explaining the customer journey from beginning to end. So from the inspiration discovery phase, information phase, comparison phase, down to the transaction itself. And that's what Frugo wanted to do. We wanted to touch on all of those points along the customer journey. And these two guys, Risto Salasma and Jorma Ollier, that's Finland's first tech billionaire from Nokia and chairman of Royal Dutch Shell, got together, and together they raised and invested 40 million euros into creating this cross-border technological platform that we're still using today. And as you can see here, they built the company in Helsinki, Finland. It grew. We hired hundreds of people from around the world, the best engineers, the best marketers, salespeople, and we went off to create the platform of what shoppers wanted, what we thought shoppers wanted. We also thought, okay, what do shoppers want out of a marketplace as well? So we asked them, and they told us that they wanted cheap prices with free delivery, exclusive products, social platform, another big shopping list. Shop by retailer, European marketplace with personal shoppers, a loyalty program, GPS tracking of parcels, bespoke customer service, safe checkout, and they wanted to try before you buy. So that's what shoppers were telling us that they wanted when we asked them. However, take a look at this car behind me. Does it look good? Does it look like a well-designed product? Does it look like it goes fast? Does it look sexy? Take a look again. Same car. Does it look like a well-designed product? Does it look like it goes fast? Does it look sexy? It's important to note that in the 1960s, a marketing group, Smith & Engel, did a study with two groups of people, both men. And they put one group of men in a room with just an image of the car, and another group of men in another room with just a picture of the car and the woman. And would you believe it? The group of men with a picture of the car and the woman said it was well designed, it looked awesome, it looked like it went fast, it looked elegant, and all the things you could possibly imagine that went along with that. And when the scientists challenged them and said, do you know that we actually put another group of men in a room with just a picture of a car, and they had a totally different response? And the men denied it. They said, no way. There is no way that woman affected my impulse decision and buying decision about that product. But it's amazing to take note of unconscious human behavior. And in fact, Henry Ford said if he would have asked his customers what they would have said they wanted faster horses. So it's very, very interesting to see what customers actually say and what they actually mean. And I want to give you an example of that, how we all do that in our everyday, in between interactions between men and women. So I'd like to show you a short clip there.
Do whatever you want. Oh man. Yeah. These are also not just Irish women, these are very Irish mammy phrases.
Do whatever you want means no, don't do whatever you want, but if you're gonna go there, I might have to hurt you.
Usually means if you do it, tomorrow's gonna be a horrible day for you.
I'm gonna go out with the guys on our anniversary. Is that okay with you? Yeah, sure. Do whatever you want.
And if you don't do whatever that person wants, you are in big trouble.
I'll be ready in a minute. We're not going out tonight.
I have no idea when I'm gonna be ready, and be cool with it. Stop asking me questions.
A minute is a very kind of flexible word in Ireland.
On a good day, 15. If he really loves you, maybe 35.
It depends obviously on the person, but like, you know, because I know some men that would also be like that.
Oh yeah, I think he'd actually be ready in a minute, because what do they have to do? They have to get, what's it, keys, wallet, do this with your hair.
I feel that's true for both genders. People say, I'll be ready in a minute. It's kind of more attributed to women.
Margaret Mead, an American anthropologist who was studying Western civilization, said, what people say what they do, and then what they actually do, and then what they say they do are entirely different things. Meaning that people will say one thing and do something completely different. And I wanted to bring this up because this is important to how basically our customers were actually interacting with us on site when we launched the product in 2009, so when we launched the marketplace platform. So this is how shoppers actually behaved. They brought products which were available, trending in other countries, translated, priced in their currency, VAT calculated, and with local customer service. And it really surprised us because it was all the things, if you remember the shopping funnel that I showed you, all the things that we invested and developed, the $40 million euro technological platform, were not the aspects of the product that we actually wanted them to use. So they were using it in an entirely different way. And it really surprised us. So what did we do? We learned that design and experience are two completely different things. You can design something for a customer to use in a certain way, however, they're going to use it exactly the way that they want to. And so we realized, okay, we have to take a step back, and we zoomed into how our customers were actually behaving on site, and we pivoted. And we did this in 2012 when Frugo launched. It had that was a big pitfall for them. And then in 2012, the UK management team actually acquired the company and moved it into the UK, so it became a fully UK-based company. And we started zooming into how those customers were interacting with our site, and we pivoted. So going back to the shopping funnel here. So the one thing that Frugo was not concentrating on was that bit at the end, the transaction. And that was the most important. So Frugo designed all these different aspects and functionalities and services for the customers to use. And the one thing that they weren't doing was actually buying from us. So what did we do? We learned to basically take international payment methods. We found that working cross-border, one of the main issues that we could zoom in on was how to check out. And that was by having localized payment methods in the appropriate country. We also looked at our checkout itself. And if you look at this, we had 3 steps. And that's a pretty convoluted checkout, 3 steps. So we had an address page, select method page, and then a payment details page. So we simplified that and made that into one seamless checkout, basically where someone could check out without having to fill in all of those details. And we also included guest checkout. So if you wanted to check out as a guest, you didn't have to set up that account too. The main takeaway from that was that we realized that checkouts are like football referees. The best go unnoticed. And because we did that, we saw our conversion rate go up by 73%, revenue go up by 300%, and cart abandonment rate go down by 34%. So remarkable statistics just by watching how customers were interacting with our product and talking to the ones who actually bought from us. And what they told us was that shoppers want to go global. They want to be able to shop worldwide and buy products from sellers and retailers from around the world. There's one issue with that, however, and that's this image behind me, basically showing that the internet is just a bunch of cables underneath the ocean. And you can imagine where the difficulty lies if you have a shopper in New Zealand, your servers in Helsinki, Finland, and a retailer based out of the UK. So we looked for partners that could potentially help us out there with page load time, and we partnered with Akamai, our CDN, Content Delivery Network partner. And what they told us was that 48% of shoppers and visitors to the site expect a less than 2-second page load time. And in fact, 18% expect it to be instant. So as soon as they come to your site, they want to see the products instantly. Another thing that we did, and this was key to our growth and helping our retailers sell worldwide, was integrating with channel partners. And these channel partners basically helped us to get retailers who are e-commerce savvy, trading on different marketplaces to us, like Amazon, eBay, for example, and created a very seamless integration for them. We also naturally had to drive sales and traffic to those retailers' products as well. So we partnered with Google Shopping, for example. They're a huge driver of our traffic, along with Billiger.de in Germany, other localized affiliates and CSEs in each territory, like myshopping.com.au, Idealo in Germany as well. And Frugo actually now is a premier partner of Google, and we will help to tailorize Google campaigns for you in different markets to help drive sales to your product. And because we were doing this, we attracted some key investment into Frugo. So in one of our funding rounds, we actually got Lord Stuart Rose to invest in Frugo too. We also have an all-star investor deck as well, and these are some of our shareholders and non-executive directors currently working with us now, helping us to drive our global marketplace forward. We also were able to increase the territories that we're in because we were working with these kind of key directors who were telling us, okay, this is what you need to do. So in 2016, we actually launched into 32 different countries from 23 in 2016. So we launched in countries like the Middle East. We're now in India, China, and Japan. One problem of that, though, is that you have to tailor the shopping experience to the different markets that you're working with. So here's an example of our UK Latin script landing page. However, if you're an Arabic shopper, you read in an entirely different way, right to left, and we adjusted our site to make it a more seamless shopping experience for our Arabic shoppers as well, with checkout on the left-hand side. And because we were doing all this stuff, zooming in and pivoting to where we saw our customers interacting with our product, we've been able to grow at 141% year on year. And we now have 7.5 million products on the site, 7.5 million products. We also get a ton of page views per month. We're currently at 7.5 million page views. And the largest markets outside of the UK are the United States, Australia, Scandinavia, Nordic countries, that's Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, Germany, Netherlands, Italy, and France. And we now have breakout countries in the new territories that we launched in India and Japan, sorry. Our conversion rate on site is currently at 2 to 3%, with an average order value of around 40 euros. And our categories are ever evolving as we bring on new sellers to the platform, essentially. So recently we brought on a bookseller selling only English titles. And we thought, okay, we'll launch you in the UK, the US, Canada, and the English-speaking territories like Australia and New Zealand. However, they said they had shipping rates available worldwide, so we placed them worldwide, and we found out instantly that Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and the Netherlands were some of the largest territories that were in demand of their products. So it's really hard to tell a retailer at the beginning, okay, let's just do UK. You might as well, if you have shipping rates to the rest of the world, to try out those different territories, because you never know what's going to be popular in different markets. Some of the top performing categories on Frugo now are sports fashion, health and beauty, fashion itself, men's, women's fashion, home and garden, and electronics. It's important to mention that we do all of this on a no sale, no fee basis. We work completely on a performance commission model. We take 15% of the sale price, and then there's a funds processing fee of 2.35%. But we can go into detail into when you will get paid, the process flow of that during our deep dive session following this presentation. Lastly, I would like to mention our partnership with the DIT. As a UK-based entity, we're very, very proud of our cooperation with the DIT, and it's a great way for retailers to discover ways to go cross-border and not only find marketplaces like us, but other competitors to us even, that can help them go cross-border. And it's a free resource available to all retailers as well. So I definitely recommend checking their site out. So lastly, it's important to mention that Frugo works completely on a no sale, no fee basis. We work completely to try to make it as risk-free as possible for you to start trading internationally. And we have dedicated, real, actual people who will talk to you and help you go cross-border. So thank you very much. Phil, do you want to come up and give the answers to the survey?
So it looks as though you lot are considerably more intelligent than the lot we had on Monday. their results were quite appalling. But you guys seem to be a little bit more clued up. So the first question that we asked was how many different official languages are spoken by European Union member states. The answer is 24%, and 95% of you got that correct. So, but that was sort of an easy one to start with. Question 2, what's the annual EU distance selling VAT threshold for Germany? 35,000 euros. That was a 50-50 split, so 50% of you got that right, and 50% of you didn't. Which of the US states has the highest e-commerce conversion rate for mobile traffic? That is Alaska, and 75% of you got that question right. Question 4, which US state has... Oh no, I've missed one there. What is the sweet spot for shipping as a percentage of goods value, above which there's a rapid drop-off in sales? That's 8%, and 60% of you are correct. And the one that most of you slipped up on, the countries below have 5 different VAT thresholds, except which one? A lot of you went for Ireland, but the answer to that one is Spain. But on the whole, far more intelligent crowd than we had here on Monday, so you should give yourselves a little pat on the back for that. So essentially, that's it from us. In a nutshell, what we have with Frugo is a company that's been around for 12 years, but we've really pushed on over the last 3 years. We've had 140% growth year on year for the last 3 years. 12 years of developing some fantastic proprietary technology that essentially makes trading for all retailers globally very, very easy. And if you'd like to ask any more generic questions or specific questions, Ted and I will be holding a workshop out the back straight after this session. So thank you all very much for being here today.